Germany, a country of breathtaking landscapes, powerful history, and thriving cities. From the bustling streets of Berlin to the charming medieval villages of Bavaria, every corner of this land tells a story. But what if I told you that some places in Germany no longer tell stories of life, but of silence, decay, and abandonment? Once thriving towns and cities, some full of industry, military power, and historical significance, now stand completely deserted. No human voices, no footsteps, just the sound of the wind whispering through crumbling buildings, rusting machines, and broken windows. But why? Some of these cities fell to war. Some were swallowed by nature. And some were left behind due to mysterious, chilling reasons that remain unsolved to this day. Join me as we uncover the eerie and tragic stories behind 10 German cities that are dead forever. And trust me, some of these places will send shivers down your spine. Let's begin. City number 1, Wunsdorf. Deep in the forests of Brandenburg lies Wunsdorf, a place once teeming with military secrets and thousands of Soviet soldiers. During the Cold War, this city wasn't just any ordinary place. It was a strategic Soviet stronghold, home to over 75,000 Russian troops, making it the largest Soviet military camp outside the USSR. Wunsdorf was a fortress, complete with underground bunkers, hidden tunnels, and even a secret railway network known as the Russian Metro that connected straight to Moscow. It was a city within a city, forbidden to Germans. But in 1991, everything changed. The Soviet Union collapsed, the troops were ordered to leave, and they did, overnight. What they left behind was a city frozen in time, empty barracks, decaying command centers, Soviet propaganda posters still clinging to the walls. It's as if the people simply vanished, leaving their world untouched. Today, Wunsdorf is a true ghost town, a forbidden place where time has stopped. Walking through its streets, one might wonder, are the ghosts of the Cold War still watching? Would you dare explore its empty bunkers? City number 2, Oradour. Some scars of war fade, others remain forever. Oradour was not just abandoned, it was erased. In June 1944, as World War II raged on, Nazi forces stormed into this quiet German village. What followed was one of the most horrifying massacres in German history. The men were rounded up and shot. The women and children were locked inside a church and burned alive. By the time the Nazis left, 642 people were dead. The town was left in smoking ruins. After the war, Oradour was never rebuilt. Instead, it was left as it was, a memorial of horror. Walking through Oradour today is like stepping into the past. Burnt-out cars still sit on the roads. Bullet holes mark the walls. The silence is deafening. It's a place that stands frozen in time, a chilling reminder of what war can do. City number 3, Guran. Imagine waking up one morning, looking outside your window, and knowing that your entire town will be underwater in just a few days. That's what happened to the people of Guran. When the German government decided to build a dam, the entire village was doomed. Homes, schools, churches, everything would soon be swallowed by water. The residents had no choice but to leave. And soon, the water rose higher and higher until the town was completely submerged beneath the lake. Today, Guran is a hidden city beneath the waves. Some divers claim that entire houses still stand underwater, untouched by time. And some even say that on stormy nights, you can hear the church bells ringing from beneath the surface. But how? City number 4, Duisburg. Duisburg was once Germany's industrial powerhouse, the heart of coal mining and steel production. But when coal lost its value, Duisburg lost its purpose. Mines shut down, factories closed, workers left. But what remained were hundreds of miles of underground tunnels, deep beneath the city. The mines still exist, abandoned, silent, and terrifying. Some say the spirits of the miners who perished still haunt the tunnels, searching for a way out. Would you enter the darkness? Knowing you might not be alone. City number 5, Bitterfeld. Some cities die because of war. Others die because of poison. Bitterfeld was once a thriving chemical industry hub. Factories produced chemicals, pesticides, and synthetic materials, bringing wealth and jobs, but at a terrible cost. For decades, toxic waste seeped into the ground, poisoned the rivers, and turned the air into poison. By the time the residents realized the damage, it was already too late. The land was so contaminated that it was declared one of the most polluted places in Germany. Today, Bitterfeld is a chemical wasteland, a place where even nature struggles to survive. City number 6, Lopau. Imagine waking up one morning to find that an entire town had disappeared, without explanation. Lopau was once a peaceful village, nestled in the German countryside. Families lived there for generations, running farms and small businesses, living simple yet happy lives. But then, they were all forced to leave. In the 1960s, the German government declared that Lopau was needed for a top-secret military testing site. Every resident was ordered to evacuate. But what exactly was being tested here? That's the mystery. Rumors began to spread. Some claimed the town was used for biological warfare experiments. Others believed it was a training ground for advanced weaponry or even nuclear research. Today, the remains of Lopau sit behind barbed wire and military fences. No one is allowed inside. The buildings still stand, but they are off limits to the public. Did the government hide something here? Was there an experiment gone wrong? The truth is buried, along with the town. City number 7, Wolfegg. Some places are abandoned by people. Others are abandoned by fear. Wolfegg is a small village with a dark legend that has terrified its residents for centuries. At the heart of this eerie town stands Wolfegg Castle, a medieval fortress that holds a sinister secret. For centuries, villagers have claimed to see the spirit of a white lady roaming the castle halls. According to legend, this woman was murdered in cold blood by jealous rivals who wanted to seize power. But even in death, she refused to leave. People say her ghost still walks the ruins, her cries echoing through the castle at night. At first, people ignored the stories, but then things started happening. Visitors reported objects moving on their own. Some heard footsteps in empty hallways, and a few even claimed to have seen a shadowy figure standing at the castle windows, staring at them. Over time, families began leaving the town. The houses emptied, the streets fell silent, and Wolfegg became a ghost town, a village haunted not just by history but by something else. Would you dare to visit this eerie, abandoned village? City number 8, Peenemunde. Some places are abandoned because of nature, others because of war. But Peenemunde? It was abandoned because of pure evil. Peenemunde was once the heart of Nazi Germany's most terrifying weapon program. This city was home to the V-2 rocket factory, where the Nazis developed the world's first long-range ballistic missile. Under the command of Werner von Braun, the Nazis created a weapon that could strike London, Paris, and beyond. Thousands of forced laborers were used in brutal conditions to construct these deadly rockets. But after World War II, Peenemunde became a place Germany wanted to forget. The rocket production had left its mark, not just on history, but on the land itself. After the war, the Soviets raided the city, taking everything of value. The scientists captured or defected to the US and Soviet Union. The buildings left to rot. Today, Peenemunde is a ghost city, its factories crumbling, its history dark and disturbing. What remains is a monument to destruction, a reminder of how technology, in the wrong hands, can shape the world in terrifying ways. City number 9, Baric. Can you imagine living in a city with a castle, only to watch it slowly sink beneath the water, never to be seen again? That's exactly what happened to Baric. In the early 1900s, Germany built the Oradour-sur-Glane Dam, an engineering marvel designed to store water and generate power. But there was one problem. Baric was in the way. The government ordered the town to be evacuated. Residents packed up their lives, leaving behind their homes, their history, and their centuries-old castle. Then, the floodgates opened. Water rushed in, swallowing the entire town. The streets disappeared, the houses vanished, and Baric was gone, forever. But sometimes, history refuses to stay buried. During extreme droughts, when water levels drop, Baric rises from the dead. The ruins of the castle and buildings emerge like ghosts from the deep. A town that exists in two worlds, sometimes hidden, sometimes seen. A ghost city, waiting beneath the waves. City number 10, Bonland. What if I told you that there's a ghost city in Germany that was never meant to be lived in? Bonland is different from every other city on this list. It was built not for civilians, but for soldiers. Bonland was a military training town, designed to look like a real German village. Soldiers used it for urban warfare drills, practicing attacks, defenses, and battle strategies. Over the years, thousands of troops trained here. But eventually, the drills stopped. The soldiers left. And so did any reason for Bonland to exist. Today, it stands as a real ghost town, a place with houses, streets, and even a church, but no people. A city that was never truly alive. Would you step into a place where war was once a game? But now, only echoes remain. Cities rise, and cities fall. Some disappear because of war, some because of nature, and some because of secrets that may never be uncovered. But even in their silence, these ghost cities still tell stories. Which abandoned German city fascinated you the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more chilling explorations of forgotten places.